On the news tonight, 25 houses of assembly refused to sign reviewed constitution bills. Correspondent examines effect of 8-month ASUU strike on University of Ilorin community. Overgrown weeds deface medians in Ilorin metropolis, plus updates from the world of entertainment and sports. This is the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA ILORIN News Tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Raliat Ibrahim. Chairman of the National Assembly Constitution Review Committee, Ovie Omo Agege, says 6 months after 44 constitution bills were passed and transmitted to state houses of assembly, only 11 out of the 36 state houses have demonstrated independence and loyalty to the country, as they are the only ones who have considered the bills. The lawmaker said 25 other state houses of assembly have refused to act on the bills. Omo Agege stated this at a press conference on the status of the 44 constitution amendment bills at the National Assembly on Tuesday. According to the Deputy Senate President, a letter was received from the Conference of Speakers of State Houses of Assembly that the remaining states will not act on the bills unless the National Assembly passes 4 new bills they proposed. The bills are establishment of state police, state judicial council, streamlined procedure for removing presiding officers of state houses of assembly, and a bill to institutionalize legislative bureaucracy in the Constitution. The 8-month strike embarked upon by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, did not only destabilize academic activities of the universities across the country, it also crippled economic activities of the university communities, with many business owners still counting their losses. Ahmad Fulani reports.
Not many people, including federal government, ASUU members, students, and university communities, would believe the industrial action that began as a warning strike on February 14 this year would last for 8 months. Although targeted at withdrawing academic activities to press home their demands from the federal government, the strike had negative impacts on other people, particularly those with businesses within the University of Ilorin and its environs.
We thought that it's something that they will just resolve within time. But as it continued to drag, life continued to be more difficult.
We have used all the money to eat. So maybe we can go and borrow. If you know the process, if we want to borrow money from SIP or something like that, we need to have some. Did it really affect us?
For students living off campus, payment for accommodation is another area that might raise issues, as one wonders what landlords and tenants will agree on in terms of expiration of rent paid before the commencement of the strike.
They will have to understand they can't get everything for free, and actually the landlord too will have to be lenient to whatever. 8 months is a very long period for the student to forsake, and it's actually it's too long for the landlords to just forsake like that.
I really don't know what's going to happen, because many landlords are really going to have issues with their tenants, we students, because our parents don't have the money to pay.
For me, the rent is per session and not per year like most hostels around. So hopefully, maybe they will come to an agreement with the landlord, you get, so that they will know how to sort it out.
28-year-old Juliet Moses was just 2 months old into her business at Unilorin Gate area when the strike began. Lack of sales due to the strike has left her shop scanty.
Normally in a week we go to the market like 2-3 times, but this time 2 times, once in 2 weeks, at times once in a month or twice in a month. So the business is not going the way it's planned, but thank God they've called off the strike.
This was not a plan. We thought it's a strike that will end in some months or in a few months, but saying it to this extent for good 8 months, there has not been things that we have expecting from the government and the ASUU.
Stakeholders are hopeful that the strike will be the last by ASUU for many years to come. Ahmad Fulani, NTA News.
According to the World Bank, over 1.3 billion people live in multidimensional poverty across the globe, almost half of them being children and youths. Abdulafiz Allah in this report takes a look at the increasing rate of poverty in Nigeria, causes and way out as the world marks International Day for the Eradication of Poverty.
Data from the World Bank and National Bureau of Statistics indicates that 4 in every 10 Nigerians live below the poverty line with little or no access to basic social amenities. This has been further aggravated by the prevailing insecurity and COVID-19 pandemic, which was estimated to have forced around 120 million people into poverty globally.
COVID-19 affects us simply because during that time, I remember the businesses was locked down from March to July. There's no production, no selling of asoke. Even we didn't travel to Lagos to any place that time. We suffer a lot.
There are farmers on the farm. They cannot go to place of work because of this insecurity. It has led to lack of job, which has increased poverty in Nigeria.
In a bid to cushion the effects of COVID-19 and reduce extreme poverty, however, the Kwara State government has initiated several social investment programs and grants for micro, small and medium business owners in the state. Rebecca Adejumo, a petty trader, says the MSME grant is yet to go round as expected to achieve the target results.
This petty trade of mine requires little amount, and I will be glad if given the grant.
Of the grant, but yet to get from it. Any amount given me will help my business.
Reduction in gender inequality, improved social protection and security are among other factors respondents believe will help in eradicating extreme poverty and upscale people's standard of living.
If there is security, there are many companies from abroad who want to come and establish in Nigeria. After that security problem, they could not come.
We are appealing to the entrepreneurship aspect should be introduced to our curriculum in university and polytechnic too, so that after you are graduated, even if you cannot be able to get white collar job, you can be able to be on your own.
In order to achieve the goal 1 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which is ending extreme poverty by 2030, it is expected that all-inclusive poverty eradication programs that promote dignity for all are initiated by governments at all levels. Abdullah Hafiz, Alaya, NTA News.
News Tonight will continue after this time out. Please stay with us.
Sports Zone. This is your sports rendezvous, happening in the world of sports. You deserve to know. You want it analyzed? Sports Zone on NTA ILORIN, both local and international. You get the breaking news and the history, analyzing with brilliant sports exponents. Live every Wednesday, 9 to 9:30 in the morning. That's the time for your wonderful moment in sport infotainment. Sports Zone. Join us. Let's set the agenda.
Welcome back. Overgrown plants and bushes have taken over road medians in Ilorin metropolis, posing danger to road users. Aisha Abubakar Yaya reports that the grass grown with the intention of beautification is becoming an eyesore.
Ornamental plants are planted on medians to beautify the city and increase the green cover. But driving through Fateh Road to Tanke Road and New Yidi Road from other parts of Ilorin metropolis shows that motorists have been facing difficulty seeing through these plants. Following the lush growth of the plants, their branches have now extended beyond the road median, thereby obstructing the view of motorists. Residents are worried about these overgrown weeds and are calling on government to do something urgent as lives are at risk if not trimmed.
All this road you are seeing, that's bushy. Some people can hide, even some people can hide something inside there that nobody will know. So, to advise either the government or the citizen, they should try to clear if you have any bush that surround you.
So the Ministry of Environment or the state government can just intervene by allowing their workers to trim all the grasses, and where there is no grass at the divided road, they should try to plant another grass so that everything can be fine and okay, so that the state can be a state of attraction and tourism to compare to other states.
Adeyemi Emmanuel is a shop owner along Tanke Road, whose business is being affected by the overgrown weeds and bushes.
What I'm expecting government to do for us is to help us to cut the grass so that it can easily for us to see the other side. Sometimes when customers are coming, it will be easy for them also to see our shops.
If our children want to cross, we are unable to see the other side. We have complained several times to the relevant authorities. They keep promising to come and check, but we have not seen them.
I was at the Kwara State Ministry of Environment to find out what the ministry is doing to clear the bushes and give the metropolis a better look. But the authorities were not on ground to speak with me. The state of these medians can cause major accidents if action is not taken on time. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News. And now entertainment. Veteran Nigerian actor Femi Adebayo's epic movie King of Thieves has been considered to make the Oscars list in the next edition of the awards. Peace Olaniwaju has the details of this and other stories from the world of entertainment.
Popular Nollywood actor Femi Adebayo took to his verified Instagram page to share interesting insights after his wave-making movie King of Thieves made it to the Oscars selection committee level. After the country has been compelled to present a movie by October 21st, Femi Adebayo's King of Thieves is among the 3 submitted. The actor noted that the win will open Nigeria to the global market and stressed the Nollywood need to keep telling true African stories. Fast-rising singer Faith has taken to her verified Twitter page to share the snippet of her upcoming single she calls Scatter. Faith, who won the Rookie of the Year prize at the 2022 Edit Award and received a nomination for Best New Art at the 2022 Arima Awards, has said her single Scatter will be the first release since she released her debut EP, Rhythm 5, in January 2022. Meanwhile, Martinezan filmmaker Chris Burton has been confirmed as director of the comedy sequel to 2019 hit action comedy Sugar Rush. While the release details remain under wraps, the sequel is expected to deliver another exciting on-screen adventure led by the sisters. Peace Olariwaju, NTA News.
And on the sports scene, football fans in Ilorin react as Kwara United team to the CAF Confederation Cup arrived Nigeria after crashing out of the competition. Kauthar Raji has details of this and more on sports tidbits.
The Amani boys arrived Nigeria in the early hours of today, with the 2 batches landing at 4:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. respectively at the Muritala Muhammad International Airport from Casablanca. Football fans ruled Kwara United's defensive game plan, which cost them the game.
Soccer is all about win or lose. You either win or lose. If you put more effort, you can make it. And if you are trying to teamwork, let's just say teamwork is the best. When you have teamwork, you can win any match.
For we can't say even the stage before we crash out. As I said earlier, I didn't count it as lose. We try again in another time.
Nigeria's under-17 women's national team, the Flamingos, will face USA in the quarter-final of the ongoing India 2022 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. While Nigeria faced USA in the first quarter-final match on Friday, Germany will square against Brazil. On the foreign scene, Real Madrid's Karim Benzema has won the 2022 Player of the Year Ballon d'Or award in Paris on Monday night. Benzema was the top scorer in Spain's La Liga and the UEFA Champions League in the 2021-2022 season as Real Madrid won both competitions. Kauthar Raji, NTA News.
Next is the weather forecast for tomorrow, Wednesday, 19th of October 2022. And that weather forecast concludes our package tonight. We thank you for watching. Good evening.